Okay, let's take a look at some video things inside Blackboard Ultra. So I teach applied percussion, and in this course there are projects that have to be done, and there's some recording projects and video things. And I recently had a student say, Mr. S or Professor Ron, I'm not really sure what the best way is to do this, whether it's the most efficient or smoothest or easiest or whatever. So let's go through it. If you're in applied percussion, percussion ensemble, or if you're in any kind of video course, engineering course, audio, video engineering, or just music related to, production. And you're like, okay, how's all this going to work? I go to my assignments and projects in applied percussion. Click on that now, and let's go to capstone projects, end of course projects. All right, we are rocking and rolling. So you see in applied percussion 1 here, your end of course projects. We've got the 40 PAS international drum rudiments. Got to make some videos there. 4 videos breaking down all the rudiments. And applied percussion 2, scales, all forms and variations. Got a tempo map and the manual listed, and 6 projects here. It's there's some work for sure to become a pro. It's all about professional and training, and let's get it done. They really are pretty fun though. Just a little bit at a time. Applied percussion 3, doing your digital binder, Texas State UIL solo and ensemble. Music for percussion. This is just a straight up project, no audio video required there. And same thing for applied 4, another project. But students have to figure out, okay, how do I do these first 2 video projects? That can be kind of daunting. Then I list in here, music notation software, microphones, and these are things that I have in the studio that students can check out and use to do the projects. So they don't have to actually buy anything, but they can use lab computers and microphones from me. My percussion students call me Mr. S, and online I'm known as Professor Ron. But sure, I'm sharing is caring here. All right. So what's a quick and easy way if you're ready to upload the project? Well, I got to get out of here because I'm in teacher mode. So let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to go back to the main page here. Let's go ahead and enter student preview so you can see exact student view for students watching this and for professors watching this. Hopefully it's helpful for all. I'm going to clear out the announcements just because, it's a brand new student view. It's just saying, hey, welcome, yay, percussion, music, drums, everything. And let's come back and let's actually try to turn something in. We've got a sample here. Back to capstone project in the student view. End of course projects. And I got 2 attempts. Let's go ahead and start attempt 1. And I'm just going to do a quick scroll on this one since I already kind of went through it. Come on down. And you see, submission. Yay. And I'm going to come over here. I've got some choices here. I can do a link, attachment. I can, of course, do media, YouTube video. Let's go with the path of least resistance. Let's just upload and let's check that out. We're going to put an attachment here. All right, and I want to make sure it's not too big of a file. It's only really concerned in doing something, where you're bringing it in from the cloud, from your storage. When you're actually uploading it into, Blackboard Ultra or whatever the LMS or learning management system is, this is for teachers and students alike. There could be capitas or limits on the amount that students and or teachers can actually include in their course for audio video, because the files can get pretty large. So need to be careful about that in terms of resolution and file size. No reason to do a bunch of fancy 4K and take up a bunch of space unless the project really necessitates or dictates that. And don't use WAV files. They're going to be too big. 4K for video, it's probably going to be too large if you do too many of those and WAV files. So I would suggest MP3s if possible, and HD definition at 720 or is for projects is fine. But if you want 1080p, sure, of course. And yes, if you want 4K, just keep in mind those to higher the resolution, from our high definition up to 1080 and 4K. It's going to take up space. So just be aware of capitas. For the student, be aware of that, and for professors, please be aware of that. I think probably everybody's mostly fine, and I typically for my students I'll just recommend 1080. Stick with 1080, and for audio, do a compressed file. Compress. Go from WAV to MP3 for projects. at least. I don't, in the studio, a little bit different. When you're doing post-production and whatnot, you want to be working with, full-on like WAV files and, all the stuff that you're doing in the studio. But for project-based in terms of uploading, yeah, just something to be wary of, or, cautious of, I should say aware of. So let's go to, let's see, this one's a little bit too big. We want to use a small one as a sample project. So 7.7 megabytes, we're going to try this one. We're going to open that file now. This is an actual MOV, not an MP4, but either way, .mov, .mp4, it'll take it. Let's open that. Uploading the project now. It's going to take a minute, but it should be relatively quick if it's not too long. But if it is a longer file, like you're talking it's 5, 10, 30 minutes or whatever, yeah, YouTube, you want to go that way. But if it's something, small, and nothing wrong, 1080p, 4K, but it's small, we just got to be thinking about those things. And, for file options, I'm not going to worry about the fancy name. I think on the student side, you want to make sure to kind of fix all this because this is the beautiful display name. All right, so STC project sample, you name it. If it's scale project 1 or rudiment project 5, or it's if it's the beautiful ocean, I don't know. I'm not that, I don't have a bunch of fancy titles on my mind, but you get the idea. Make sure the display name is beautified. Riding your skateboard down Cherry Hill, dream of the cherry blossoms. I don't know. At any rate, save. Okay, and then you see got the project sample there. And that's really it. That's really all you have to do. And I can save and close. Now, if I want to continue attempt, I need to make sure to submit. That's the issue with that. If I move too quick. Now, save and close will just save it, but I do have to remember, hey, I probably should turn in the assignment. Make sure not to go as quick as I'm going, like slow down a little bit. Yes, save and close is all good if you're going to come back, but make sure right here, gotta hit the submit button. Submit the assignment. Submit presentation. After you submit, you can't edit this presentation. Do you want to continue? And once I do this, we're good to go. Of course, there's 2 attempts. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. Yay! And I can download. Your notifications are set. You'll get this in whatever email you set up notifications. I can download it if I want. I will, but now, let's say I want to do it a different way. And if I show you, come out here real quick and see, cool, you can see it. There's your receipt. Done. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, let's come on back. And we don't want to exit student preview yet. What we want to do is go back to assignments and projects, all right? And capstone projects. And we want to say, well, is there another, what if I have this is a really big project. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Maybe it's 20 minutes. Maybe, maybe it's only, I don't know. Sorry about the mouse. Let me fix the mouse there. You have to keep in mind, like, the most efficient, based on, the project and how long it is and all the, whether it's animations or talking or playing music. These things certainly play into it. So let's go back to end of course projects. Let's say, well, is there something else we could do? Now, if I click start attempt 2, I want to maybe, what if I'm going to go to submission, and now I already did the attachment. So, I could do cloud storage, but what about YouTube? Maybe it's a more complicated project. Could be a short project with animations or just a longer talking head project. Either way, you might be feeling the whole YouTube vibe. So if I want to do this on YouTube and the video's already there, it does make it pretty easy. So, like, for example, if I go to my education channel, and I know that if we just pretend for a moment this was an actual assignment, maybe it was listed, unlisted, whatever it is. But let's say that if I just click on, this one video, Professor's Shocking Discovery About Lost Learning. Really, this is just for sample purposes. If you know the title, you could put it in there. But I'm going to do this. I could hit share. That may not work. So, I could really, if I just copy, if I actually click on the video, I can do this, but I'll do a quick mute on that. If you know it, you can just put it in the search bar, but okay, now I'm gonna come out of here. Again, lots of ways to do these kind of things. Struggling, have obstacles. We may be drawn to a song that we might... Let me mute that and pause. All right. So let me come back over here. So when you click on YouTube, if you know like what the video is or what you're searching for, of course you can put it in there. And I could use a, notes, text, word, and have some stuff ready to go. But you can search. Like I can just put, even if I'm like, well, maybe I want to just go Padlet. I say like Padlet hacks. Will it find, like, if I just think, I know I've made some videos on that, like, is it gonna, yeah, it pulls it up. So if you know, like, you're good, I have 2 videos on that, one for students, one for professors. So if you were pretending, hey, that's like you have your own channel. Now this is, I mean, it's gonna work if it's a public video. This works very well. But if you're doing YouTube and it's unlisted and or private, the search isn't going to work, because for unlisted videos and private videos, the YouTube algorithm is not it's not pushing those through recommendations and or browse. It's not pushing them through anything. The big thing about the private videos is if a video is private, then the person that that person's YouTube channel, if all their videos are private and they want to share that private link, they'd have to email that link to the people that they want to watch it. And it's not cataloged and in YouTube. It's not searchable in YouTube. Any private videos that you make, if you select private, it's not you can't search it up. It's not recommended. It's not going to be on the home page. It's not going to be browsed. Like you're just it's not going to be anywhere for private. So this only works if stuff is public, because only public videos can be found through search. Public is wide open, and private is just, hey, you make a video, upload to YouTube, you make it private, and you'd have to email the link to whoever you want to be able to view that video. And the difference between, say, like an unlisted video, which I'll upload a quick YouTube video in a second to show you, but if the video is unlisted, the cool thing about unlisted videos is you can put an unlisted video, say, like in a playlist, and it will be visible. It's still not going to be searchable. All the same stuff applies for unlisted. But with unlisted, you can share, like, say, unlisted video like on your social media, and people can click it and actually go watch that video. So that is very, very cool. One of the benefits of an unlisted video on a YouTube channel, I'd say very short and sweet, is if I click back over on YouTube, and let's say I wanted to make this Let's Get Drumming video, I go into my menu, and let's say I go over to your videos, and I've got a video, and let's say it's this STC PASIC snare line, and I wanted to make it private, or I wanted to unlist it. If I actually unlist that video, then there won't be any broken links. And I think that's the cool thing about unlisted, is it's still not cataloged. But if you posted that anywhere, the link, you won't have dead links if you decided to go from public to unlisted. So private is completely private. Unlisted, you can use it however you like. It's more visible. So like a private video, you can't take a private video like and embed it in a website, but you can embed an unlisted video, and it'll show and play in a website. And that's cool, but it just won't be cataloged. Kind of cool, right? I'll do some more stuff on that later, but let me get out of this and come back to the class. So with this, if I pretend that's the assignment and just go, hey, here we go. Enough talking, right? This content displays in line if the browser allows. Let's insert it. And you see it shows right there. Isn't that kind of cool? And if we pretend for a second that that's the assignment. Now, if I save and close and submit it, I'm done. But this is one way. I'm not going to save this, but just kind of want to show you. Now, what if I want to go a different direction? So this is me just, kind of understanding a few basics. So another thing I can do in terms of something real quick, and this might take a minute. So as I do this, and it takes a little while, maybe I'll fast forward this part a little bit later. But we want to go, let's go to YouTube, and just as a practice, I'm going to upload a video right now. I know, like stone cold while I'm recording. Goodness. I practice this stuff kind of all the time, and even for the training. But hey, you never know. Hopefully it all goes well. Wish me luck here. Select files. And all we're going to do is just try to find something we can upload like super quick and then show you. I'll stick with the really, really small one, stcprojectsample.mov. Okay, it's going to upload the file. It's going right now. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I can always change this stuff later. We're not here to learn how to do YouTube, just how to use it. So make sure the title is pretty much relative or to the assignment. Don't worry about all this other fancy stuff that you see. As I'm have a YouTube education channel, if you're curious, ask me questions, and I can tell you more about all this other fancy stuff. But for now, STC project sample, and then here I could write scales or rudiments or whatever. But for now, I'm just I could do STC project sample. We could go, how about, let's make it STC scale. I make sure to spell it right. STC scale project 1. Yeah, don't worry about that part right there. And then here, I'll put, how about enjoy my marimba scales. Mr. S. Oh, I better maybe put my percussion students call me Mr. S, and my as I said, I'm known on YouTube as Professor Ron. But either way, Mr. S, Professor Ron, it doesn't matter. Enjoy my marimba scales, Mr. S. Caps, no caps, it doesn't really matter. I think I'm spending a lot longer kind of talking about all this stuff than it does to actually do all this. Yeah, this is cool. Enjoy my marimba scales. Enjoy my marimba scales. Yeah, that's good enough. Good for practice. We'll do STC scale project 1. Spell it correctly. Keyboard percussion. We're not going to worry about this being searchable, but STC scale project 1 - keyboard percussion. Enjoy my marimba scales. We're not worried about any of this other stuff here. I could set it to a playlist. I'm not worried about that stuff right now. Not worrying about all the fancy bells and whistles. We just want to get it, ready for the class. That's all we want to do, is be able to turn this project in its most basic form. We're not worried about a fancy description. We're not worried about a thumbnail. We're not worried about a playlist, unless it's the playlist is relative for the class. So as we go through all this, no altered content. No, I'm going to make sure that that's all good. Automatic chapters. Not worrying about tags. Not for something like this anyway. And unless you want it to be public, I wouldn't do any of this stuff for unlisted or private. We do not want to allow any kind of remixing in case we ever change our mind for the openness of the video. And this doesn't matter too much unless you're, going to make it public or maybe unlisted. So I'm going to go ahead and just put, I could put people or blogs or music. It's not music per se in terms of, but I'll go ahead and put music anyway. And this one is 4K, but it's super, super short. And I'm going to go to the next screen. I'm not going to worry about all this other stuff. I'm going to go next. Okay, no copyright issues. I'm going to go next. And the default for YouTube is private. Now I'm going to go ahead and make it unlisted. Only you and people you choose can watch your video, share privately. And if you do it, then you got to invite them via email, right? Pretty easy. That's the basics of what a private video is. You want people to see your private video, invite them, by email. And so you can invite others to view your private video by entering in their email addresses below. Invites must sign into their Google account to view your private video. Easy peasy, right? Okay. We're going to do unlisted. Anyone with the video link can watch your video. That means anyone with the video link. That means unlisted videos will show in Blackboard. They'll show on websites if they get embedded there or the link is there. So keeping that in mind. And now it's unlisted. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to save it. Okay, and I can copy the link. We'll see if that works. We're going to come back over here. We're going to try. We're going to give it a shot. Maybe it's going to go. Let's try maybe here. And we'll put, let's take a look. Now, for me to test the theory, I've got to open the teacher mode, but let's see. What I think probably, because I'd have to open up the teacher mode to fully test this part out, and that's going to show other students' names and grades. So I'm going to maybe come back to this another time when I can gray out some stuff. Why don't we maybe try, instead of doing it that way, what if we, let's do what I think is smoother and easier and where we could watch the video like right now. And that is, now this doesn't typically work. I can't do it this way because it's not searchable. So let's see, another way we can do this. Now it probably will work that way. I think best way for this one is if it's searchable. But if you have the link, it should still work, but I don't know. Let me give it a try. This is where it gets tricky, what we're trying to do, because it's not in search, so it won't go there. Okay, so I'm going to come back to, I'm going to do something else and come back to that idea. Let's go over to YouTube, and I think I'm going to make sure to pause this, and we're just going to pretend like maybe this, like that one, I want to embed that and play it. See, I think the whole flow of like uploading the video and like bringing it over, it's definitely a lot trickier. So when it's unlisted. So for something I just uploaded, I'll do this. I can, let me go to videos. Just as a quick little, okay, I'll do this very, very quickly. Super quick, I might add. And I'm gonna go, I'm gonna turn it off right away though. Okay, and what I'm gonna, let me pause this. So I'm gonna take this off right away. Now let's try this. It's brand new, so this may not work. But we're trying to see, can we get this to work? Okay, so we're gonna come over here, YouTube, and let's do that. Okay, so you can see this is the one I actually just did, but I'm gonna turn it off very, very quickly. But this is the video I just uploaded, a student working on a project, and I'm inserting the video I just uploaded, and you can see it's there, right? So then if I submit, okay, I'm going to submit that. But now I'm going to come back over here and check this out. I'm going to make a really quick change. Okay, now I'm going to make it unlisted. I'm going to save. Okay, I'm going to come back. You don't have to go through all this much stuff necessarily, but let me go to view submissions, and I'll refresh just to show you it still works. Like it doesn't break the link. I mean, a long-winded way to get there. Sure, I could do the other way where you just let me get out of there, and we're going to come back over here. All right. You could simply just put the link, and then I could save it, and I could show you that too. But if we go over, we're in our student preview mode, assignments and projects, capstone projects, all right, end of course projects. I'm going to go to view submissions, and isn't that cool? And we can see it's right there. And I've already started playing it. Now I'm going to pause it, because this is assignment, an in-progress assignment, basically. But you can see, like, that's the one I just uploaded. And while it's not going to work as smooth as we'd like it to, the other way I could have done that was simply just to put the link, and it would have worked. You know, I could show you that as well. I go to, attempt 1. See, I have to download this. When I do it like that, because it's uploaded, so now I'd actually have to download the file, get it to the desktop. That's for attempt 1. I go back to attempt 2. You can see it's right there. Okay, I'm gonna change the screen size. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, don't need that. Okay, cool. I downloaded the file. You can see it works. Awesome. Don't need it. Let's get rid of it. Cool. Awesome. And then the last thing would just be to maybe do it as a link from that unlisted flow. So we have to give that a whirl. Now for this to work, I need to I need to discard. So let me just discard. Okay, I'm going to come back in. All right, now I want to go to, get my student preview mode happening again. Start preview. Okay, I'm reset. All right, announcement. We're just kind of clicking through stuff we've been doing. Content. I'm going to go to my assignments and projects. All right, capstone project. Cool. End of course projects. Start attempt 1. Let's try the other theory. We've already done this, so I'm going to kind of fast food this one here. Okay, I'm down at the submission box, and I just want to do this. I'm going to come back over here. All right, and I'm showing you some of my proprietary stuff. I mean, it's just videos. I mean, let's go over here, and let's do this. Okay, let's copy. Come back over here. Let's do this. We'll put scale project. Done. Scale project. And look, even if I mess it up, look, I can fix it. Cool, right? All right. Insert. Okay, waiting. It's good. It's blue. Yay. And submit. Are you sure? Yes, of course I'm sure. I don't want to download it this time. Good to go. I don't want to do another attempt. I want to go back. I'd like to. I want to see my stuff, and I should be able to come over here. Okay, into course. All right. Well, click on here where it's the attempt. 1 submitted. And I want to click the link to make sure it's all good. And it works. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff to do, but you really can get all this video stuff pretty, fast, smooth, chill, cool, and fun. And really, the same way would work if we're trying to do like an audio file in pretty much any class. So let me come out of here. Let's pretend for a moment that no matter what the class is, biology, I don't know, history, I don't know, music, I mean, whatever, any class that you have to do any kind of, say, an audio project. Music is not the only class that you might have to do some kind of audio thing. So let's say that there is some class, maybe it's history. Maybe history is a good example where you need to record, some kind of audio voice project. I mean, whatever but let's start attempt 2, and let me show you how easy this is. Where, if you come down to the assignment submission box in Blackboard, and you're like, man, how do I get that audio in there? Well, you could do. I'm gonna stay away from cloud storage, but done some stuff on that earlier in this training. Let me go to how about attachment? Let's see how that's going to work out for us. And we'll do this audio assignment example M4A file. You can also see, I mean, I've made MP3s too, and this one I did not convert, but let's do this M4A. Let's see how it turns out here. And we're just going to call it sample audio. Going to leave it at that for now. You can come back with the display and alternative text if I want to play with that a little bit. And you can see it's pretty quick too. Isn't that cool? And now even right here, you can look. I know it's music, but check it out. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Every day that goes by is so much fun.
You hear that?
Play cajon, marimba, drum set.
And it's just a sample. And then obviously, submit that. But what if you want to, it's something, it's another one, and you want to go, okay, cool. How about this one, MP3? I'll just do the same thing. Okay, sample audio. Come back to the accessibility stuff, and let's do this. Let it finish. Okay, let's do submit. Yeah, we're good. Definitely want to recommend the MP3 flow. Not going to worry about that. Okay, 2 attempts submitted, and I'll click on that. Check it out.
Title, Immortal. It's around 1993 or maybe 1994, and I am working at McDonald's in North Richland Hills.
Well, that's about me. I used to work at McDonald's. That was a long time ago. All right, so yeah, that's really some of the basics. So, I want to go back and make sure that I'm obviously fixing all this. I'm going to bring this back to private. All right, because it's just a practice here, and then I'm going to get out of there. All right. Okay, I'm going to come out of here. We're going to exit student preview. Okay. Exit, and we're going to discard. I guess we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. We'll see ya.